Alrighty. It is time for an arm day that we missed out on last week, unfortunately. And we are going to get it. We are going to go get that bread. And by bread, I mean gains. We've got 3 bicep, 2 tricep, 2 forearm, and probably some sort of a grip strength training workouts ahead of us today. And now, I know what you might say is that forearm, technically everything's kind of grip strength training if you're having to hold it to actually do the motion, which is pretty much everything besides some leg workouts. But I want to be able to really just focus on the idea of the grip strength, because I feel like that is lacking for me. So that is going to be a high priority today. Probably do some dumbbell bicep curls, some machine preacher curls, and maybe some cable curls. We'll have to see. And we're just gonna, I do need to figure out a different tricep movement for my second tricep exercise, because for my first one, I like it to be tricep push downs, just regular like rope, or it'll probably be rope today since on my push day on my chest, shoulders, and triceps, I use the kind of like the V grip, or whatever you want to call that, the solid one. I guess the rope's technically solid too, but like the metal one. So probably use the rope instead to make sure that if there's a difference in the grips, which there is, that we're using both, so we're getting every benefit from both of them. And then I usually do skull crushers, but well, I wouldn't say usually, but I do skull crushers, but they have been not kind to my joints recently. So I may use the tricep machine they have there, although I'm not that fond of it. Or we'll have to figure out some other free weight tricep movement. At the gym at my college, they have a few tricep machines, and it's so nice. They have like a tricep push down machine where you're seated kind of like this and you push down, obviously. That's the one I used to use for this day because I really enjoyed using it, and I felt that it worked my triceps very well. But now that we're home, we're gonna have to adjust. I could do single arm tricep push downs, but I already do those on my push day as well, so I want to be varietizing enough to where because each workout is going to work the muscle differently, even if it's just by a little bit. So by having variety in your days, and really make sure that if one workout is better at something than another, you're for sure going to get that benefit from it, as long as you have variety. So, but for biceps, I think I just got to really focus on, I just got to really think about the muscle-mind connection, because I feel like on my back and bicep day when I did that, definitely they were very sore, a lot more sore than they normally get. So I think that's kind of the key for the biceps, is just really that muscle-mind connection, and also just like not going too fast through the movement and making sure I'm getting that full contraction and full extension. So that's going to be a big focus. I know I enjoy dumbbell curls, but a lot of times moving up weight is kind of difficult, because at first you're like a little at least for me, I'm a little off balance with like the heavier weights once I get up there, because I got to get used to curling it. And for standing dumbbell curls, it's very easy to move or just like sway or whatever while you're curling it, and kind of like throw off your form a bit. So I mean, I enjoy them and I think they work really well, but I'm also like kind of on the fence about them. I may do some sitting regular dumbbell curls and see how those feel instead. We'll have to see. But I also do machine preacher curl just because I like that it's a set motion more than like the free weight preacher curls. Because I feel with free weight, it's also easy to kind of mess up the form. And I know that sounds really kind of like petty, like, oh, well, just like, you know, get better at it. But I mean, if the machine's there, I know how to do free weight preacher curls. But if the machine's there, I'm going to prefer to use the machine to minimize the chances that I do have of not doing it as perfect as I could, you know. So, and then for whatever bicep exercise, I did like the cable curls. I think that was on my last arm day. Cable curls were nice. Maybe some single arm cable curls, although I'm doing single arm dumbbell curls. Not that I don't mind having 2 single arm movements in, but when I'm doing biceps or arms, I always like want to have one isolateral movement, because it allows me to focus on each individual one instead of working as like a unanimous, would that be the right word for that? But like just a group or them working together. And it also kind of like just strengthens the muscle mind connection for each side of the body. So, but we will get in there. I'm going to consume the pre-stretch, make sure the elbows are all warmed up. That's what I'm kind of concerned about today. Although I've been taking care of them a lot, so I'm really hoping that they're going to heal pretty soon. I should be good as long as I'm careful and keep warming up before my workout. So do all that, and then we'll be starting on either some seated bicep curls or standing bicep curls. So see y'all in there. All right, so starting out with some seated dumbbell curls. I was trying 40s, and I think I should be able to do what I need to with these. So see how these feel, and let's get this arm day rolling. Well, I got 7 each arm, but I'm kind of shooting for 8, so probably move down to 35s and finish up the next 2 sets and move on to tricep pushdowns. Next up, we got some tricep pushdowns. I'm gonna go through some warm-up sets and see how we're feeling. Probably gonna do around 72 and a half to 80. See how 72 and a half feels. Alright, I think we can push for 80, so I'm gonna put it on 80 and see how we do. I'm gonna raise it up 1. And we'll get started. Alright, well, we got 8 for it, so it's always a plus, but I think either try it again or move down to like 75. So finish these up and move on to some preacher curls. Moving on to some machine preacher curl. We got 130 on there. Again, I really like this machine preacher curl machine. They had a machine one at my college, but it was plate loaded. But I think I like this one better, and the grips as well. So we're gonna push as hard as we can on this and see how it goes. So give it a shot. Okay, so gonna have to move down weight. 130 is pretty good. That's a good starting weight. It's heavier than I normally do, so it's good to see how well I could do that. We'll probably move down to like 120 or so and keep going. So yeah. All right, doing some JM press. Don't know how this is gonna go. Haven't done this in a while, but we're gonna try one plate, see how it goes, and go up or down from there. So at the end I started feeling it a bit more in my chest, so I decided to stop. But we'll move on to, we'll probably keep doing this weight, maybe a little more, then we'll move on to whatever bicep workout is next. All right. We've got some, I guess it would be laying cable curls. I haven't actually done these before, but I saw a video on them and I wanted to try them. So listen to Feel It from Invincible, feeling good. But I'm gonna try these and see how they feel for I think it's 55 on there right now. So okay. I actually like those. I may change up the grip, maybe to like straight bar or something, and test it out. But I think we'll keep going with these, and then we'll move on to forearms. Okay, second to last workout. We've got, I'm not actually going to do an extra arm workout like for grip strength. I'm just going to, for my forearm curls, I'm going to have the grip thing on here and really focus on squeezing. So we'll see how this goes. I lowered the weight. I usually do 40, but since we got this on here, we're going to do 35. Okay, damn. I'm really focused on squeezing. Whew. All right. Other arm. Oh my goodness. My left arm was a lot worse that I couldn't like keep my thumb over it. So that's definitely going to be good. I think I'm going to start doing these a lot more, like as my main forearm workout, because that feels really good and it's going to really help my grip strength. So finish these up. Only going to do another set, 2 sets of 2 forearm workouts, and then we'll move on. All right, lastly, got some reverse preacher curls. I honestly should have set this before starting the video, but that's all right. Should be good. I'm really focused on squeezing again. Just really want to focus on my grip strength. It's a little more just for the arms than it is like grip strength just for the forearms. But you know, we're gonna do this, see how it feels, and then move on. Or well, I guess not move on. We'll be in the car after. So. No, you're good. Oh gosh, Jesus. Okay. I was not expecting to hit failure like that, but I think we can get 8 now that we're a bit more warmed up with that. So I think we're gonna keep the weight, finish this next set, and we'll be in the car after some cardio, of course. Alrighty. And that is a arm day complete. Pretty good. Overall, gotta make sure I'm backing out of here, not hitting nobody. Anyways, pretty good workout. Everything felt pretty good. Elbows got a little tender towards the end on that JM press, but they didn't really affect anything. I felt like I pushed my biceps as good, like how I should be, with that mentality of like focusing on pushing all the time, every rep, every set, you know. And I felt like I did a good job at that today. But now we've got a relaxing day off tomorrow to let the muscles rest and grow. Then we'll be back in the gym. It was bright out. We'll be back in the gym on Monday for the push day. But pretty good. I think at home, like at the gym, I get a lot of water intake. I think I drank like 3 to 4 bottles of shaker bottles of water on average at the gym every time I'm there. Take a sip now because I'm thirsty. But I think overall at home, we're gonna take the hat off a sec to adjust it, but at home I gotta focus on like having water with me all the time, so that I'm constantly drinking that water, especially with that 10 grams of creatine. And I looked it up, and it's like 10 grams can be a bit much for some people, especially people of lighter weight. And I mean, when I cut, realistically at my height, like a healthy BMI is like, I don't know, 160 or something. I think, from what I remember. But so if I was that weight, I probably wouldn't want to be taking 10 grams of creatine, because that's like a lot, and it says it can cause stomach pain and gastrointestinal pain and all this stuff, and muscle cramps and whatnot. But I think that if you're consuming enough water and you're like lifting consistently, that 10 grams of creatine will benefit you. I don't think right now that 10 grams of creatine is like not being processed by my body. Like, I don't think it's going to waste at all. And I think it is going to help me in the long run. I will say, when I drink my pre and creatine, when I first start my lift, my stomach is a little uneasy. And I still think it's getting used to it a little bit. It hasn't been anything too bad, but I do notice a little bit of stomach pain. Not even pain, just uncomfort when I drink my pre. But if it keeps happening, like if I keep having that pain for like weeks on end, when I first drink my drink for the gym, I guess I'll just call the whole entirety of it just a pre-workout, then maybe we'll have to readjust how much creatine I'm consuming. But I think just because I don't put a lot of water in when I have like my pre, like I make it so it's only like 2 or 3 gulps and then it's all gone. So if I do keep having pain, maybe I'll start adding more water to it. But I'm hoping that my body starts to get used to it here in the future. I'm gonna finish this off. But I'm really hoping, my body gets more used to having that pre, so that I don't have to, because I do think the 10 grams of creatine, especially at my body weight, will help me. And I think that my body is just fine processing that creatine. I will say I have a very slow metabolism, so it usually, like, and I'm pretty sure this is how creatine works anyways, but it will be like whatever I consume the day before will be used in the next day's like workout and whatever. And that's why now excuse me, because on my rest days I don't want to be consuming my pre-workout because of all the caffeine. But now that I have like just creatine monohydrate as its own thing, I take 5 grams of creatine on my off days, so that I constantly have creatine in my system. Because usually, this is what I remember reading, but this was a while ago, so I don't know if anything's changed or if maybe I just read an incorrect article. However, what I read was the creatine you consumed any time from like 1 to 3 days before is what's going to be used. So if I consume 10 grams of creatine on a Sunday, that creatine will be put into effect on like Tuesday or Wednesday. I think that's how it works. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'll research it, and then next video I'll be like, yeah, no, I was completely fucking wrong. But it works similar to that, I do believe. So having it on those off days will be good, because it'll help. If that is how it works, it's going to help a lot. It's not 10 grams of creatine. Obviously 10 grams would be ideal, but I'm a college kid. I don't want to be spending tons of money on creatine, so I'm just taking 1 scoop of it for that 5 grams. And that's better than it was before, because on my off days before, the only form of creatine I had was my pre, and I didn't want to take pre on an off day. So now I'm actually having 5 grams instead of nothing. So no matter what, it's an improvement. And don't get me wrong, it could be better. And maybe if we'll see money-wise where we're at. But for now, I'm going to just keep it at 5 grams so I can conserve the creatine for my actual workout days. But no matter what, it is an improvement. So that's all that matters, is maximizing the gains to what I can with what I'm given at the time. So, but overall, great pump. Arms are feeling great. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my macros in, get that protein in, rest up, probably ice some joints, and just relax, because I got a rest day tomorrow. So I hope y'all have a great day, because I know I sure will.